I actually started talking without pressing the button. Welcome back everyone to the channel. Hope that you're having an amazing day out there as I still get myself all sorted out. I have just a couple more wires here than I usually do. Anyways, today, let's go ahead and finish out Phallus Day, Amon Düül, with the title track, with the 20-minute epic here, sweeping the album, not under the rug, but sweeping it away with this coming to be epic. I'm excited. I'm very, very curious to see how this song is going to stack up against the album. This album has had a lot of twists and turns, and I'm just curious to see how it all wraps up. So, speaking of wrapping up, man, I'm totally twisted here. All right, let's go ahead and settle in, listen to the track. We'll talk about it after. I really got to sort myself. What am I doing? I have two more wires than I usually do. And it's throwing me off. It's messing me up. Let's go ahead and listen to it. We'll talk about it after. Here we go. It's like a ghost in a swamp. Phantom Bob. Accordion? It's like a swarm of ghost bees. Swarming around. Here we go. Always the bass. jaunty kind of surfer rock. It's like the drumming's overlapping on each other as well, listening to it. Bunch of animals in the night just partying in their own fashion. Let's come to this quick halt. Rising cascade of voices. Interesting ebb and flow in their music, like a psychedelic jam band with a woodsy ritualistic touch. this little jam right here is kind of cool. I have no idea where we're going or what's happening. Seems like there's two different rhythms going on, with the guitar and the drums almost sounding separate. Different jam now. I really like when the percussion takes over. It's this ritual spirit. It's like a raiding party. Does that drum percussion solo? jam at the end. A twisted blues kind of sound they got. Interestingly enough. No matter what I'm going to say about this track, the ending was phenomenal. I'll say that the last 5 minutes or so was really good stuff, especially the ending and that kind of heavy and yet melodic breakdown that they have at the end. All right. When I started this channel for a few reasons, but one of the reasons that I really wanted to do something like this, like reaction videos, is because, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, I'm just explaining and talking about myself, but I enjoy a very eclectic range of music. I enjoy everything. I purposely taught myself or trained myself, whatever. I exposed myself to multiple genres of music as I was growing up so that I could understand everything. Because not everybody likes everything, but for every type of music that's out there, someone likes it. And I wanted to understand why. You know, and for me, one of the big kind of mind-blowing moments for myself personally was listening to Opeth. And I couldn't understand like why people enjoyed like growls and that kind of sound. And I exposed myself to it. I threw myself into the genre and I loved it. I understood it. And I take that in pride for myself. So when I'm listening to music like this, like Amon Düül, which is a completely different world for me, I always am going to look at it, and any other genre or song or artist that I listen to here on the channel and otherwise, at least at an appreciative state. Music appreciation. If I could like excel or be something, it would be to teach music appreciation. You don't have to enjoy it, but appreciate it, understand it, and maybe that will lead to something else. So, to be upfront with Phallus Day, with the title track here, I am definitely on the appreciative side. I didn't enjoy the track. This doesn't hit me. This doesn't move me in a certain way. However, there is a lot in here that I can definitely appreciate. And I think that this is a track that kind of perfectly embodies like what I want to do with this channel and like how I feel about a lot of things, you know? So, first of all, I think that this is so boundary pushing and how unconventional that they're taking their style of music. To me, this sounds like a lot of things. To me, this sounds like walking into an art museum, seeing the art, and the art makes you uncomfortable. The art makes you think, makes you feel something. And maybe that feeling is disgust, revolt. Maybe it's something, a negative reaction, but it did cause a reaction. I'm not saying this was not revolting to me. That's too strong of a word. but it does make me think outside of the norm, outside of the conventional terms. This sounds like a psychedelic jam fueled by some leaf, some mushroom, some herb that was found in the forest, and there's just this group, this tribe, these people, and they're having themselves a party, a ritual, and they're having the greatest of times. They are hallucinating. They are feeling things that they've never felt and tasting sounds. And us, me in this case, the listener, the audience, is walking upon this scene, not enjoying whatever herb, leaf, or whatever they've had, the mushroom, and we're just looking at it like, what's going on? I feel like that's me. Like, I'm not quite connecting with it, but I see what they're doing and they're having a good time. This is a track that, actually, I'm really curious to look up. I would like to know if this was ever performed live, because I feel like this would almost be... I feel like this would be something very interesting between the audience and the band. I feel like there would be a really great connection between the audience listening to this and the band performing this. For example, especially in the section where, I guess you could argue a lot of the track, but especially in the sections where the percussion is really full front. I feel like you could almost invite yourself as the audience into that particular scene. Like, this is just how I picture the band. I'm imagining them on stage, and during that percussive section, all the band members are playing something. Whether you have the actual percussionist, of course, doing their thing, or it could just be the guitarist who picks up, who knows, he could grab one of the drummer sticks and just be hitting a string on his guitar, or hitting the body of the guitar. Something to make a percussive noise. And I feel like what they're kind of doing here is inviting the audience into also joining in. So you could be in the audience and just stamping your feet. You could be tapping the stage. You could be clapping, like, just inviting. That's how I kind of feel about this, and I'm curious as if this was played live, if that was kind of like, I just want to see like the scene. I'm just pulling it up on, you guys won't be able to see, I'm just pulling it up for myself. It says Amon Düül 2 plays Phallus 2, or Phallus Day. They got a lot of flashing lights, I'll tell you that. And they are tightly on there. Like, I'm looking at the band right now, just looking at them play. I'm muting it so I can, like, talk while I'm watching them. But they are tightly knit. They're wilding out. They're having a great time on stage. And I feel like that energy is infectious for the audience. So even taking that into account, on a studio cut, like I'm listening to it now, I feel like I'm missing the big picture of what you would get at a live show. Now, taking all of that whole thing aside, the whole opening with all of the abstract sounds and just so much happening, I'll admit that is really not quite for me. It's ambient, but on the opposite of where where my mind goes with ambient, like Brian Eno, like it goes to the other direction where it's more avant-garde and abstract, whereas ambient is playing with a lot of space. Here you're playing with the space, but what's not, but the space that is, hold on, how do I want to say this? I don't know. Whereas this is minimalist, this is maximalist to a different extent, while still allowing space in certain ways, which once again, I may not enjoy, but I can appreciate what they're doing, how they're creating this sound painting. And then even as it moves into something a little bit more, at least for me, conventional, or, I don't want to say straightforward, but something I can follow a little bit better, they still retain this really interesting arty direction, never sacrificing all that they made before, and keeping the jam going. That's why, like I said, the second half definitely, it moves me a little bit more, and I could definitely ride with that. But it's still not like my particular sound. It still, isn't quite for me. And that's okay, because not everything is for everybody, but there is always something for everyone. I think I said that right. Let's look at the lyrics here. I feel like I've been talking a lot. Akabara now, Kalanimin. Then, Seraphim choirs how, Minotaurus ran. They broke my magic stick over his daughter's head. Oh, I'm getting sick. Oh, I feel bad. The raper he is raping. Imagine. The victim is crying still. The priest he is escaping. He's creeping around the mill. Akabara now, Kalanimi then. Seraphim choirs howl. Minotaurus ran. I'm not even going to try. Because I can't. I really can't. So that's how I feel about this. I feel like I am the stranger walking in on this band, playing this music, and they know what's going on, but I don't. And I don't know what I need to figure it out. But I can appreciate it. I mean, they have a lot of different things going on. The violins, like I said, the percussion section is really cool. They have this almost atonal quality to some of their moments, but they always bring it right back in to rein you back. I don't know. There's a lot going on. I'm done talking. Let me know what you guys thought of the track, of the album as a whole, in the comments below. You can follow me in a bunch of places here on the screen. Thank you as always for being here, for listening to me rant, for listening to the music. Hope you enjoyed it, some part of the video. Come back tomorrow. I'll see you all then, guys. Bye.